Mac, what are you doing? She looks a little skinnier. Mac, what are you doing? Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So, we have Kit Kat who is in early labor, and she's having some hard contractions and she's starting to push a little. So she's finally starting to make progress. Around 7:30 this morning, I think it was. She was, her milk had come in and her ligaments were gone. And, it was about, I had checked on her about 10 o'clock last night, right before we'd gone to bed. And she still had her ligaments, but they're really squishy, and her milk hadn't come in at that point. So, anyway, yeah. And then I've been out here every 2 hours, trying to nurse, Mack's two little ones. She had triplets, on day before yesterday, but they were 10 days early, and, so we lost one. It was a, DOA, and then I'm very, very surprised that the two that we have are still with us, because they're very small, very weak, and preemie goats have a tendency of not surviving if they're born extremely early. And we hand bred everybody this year, and so Mac, today is the 15th of May. She wasn't due until like the 22nd. Yeah, I think it was the 22nd or 23rd of May. So it's been one of those kind of roller coasters. And as far as preemies, whenever they're born, she had them out in the field. We had been coming out every so often to check on Marshmallow, because she had surprised us, and we were kind of thinking that Kit Kat was getting close, because yesterday was her due date, and so we were just keeping an eye on her and everything. And we had just been outside, I think about an hour and a half before, and everyone was okay. And we came out to start evening chores, and my son Mason wound up saying, "Mom, there's baby goats in the field." And I was like, "Wait, I don't have anybody due." I was like, "Where's Kit Kat?" And it turned out to be Mack. And so Mack is a Reba daughter, and Reba was out there, and she wound up, both her and Mack had cleaned the babies, all three of them. And so kudos to Reba, because I think that's probably what saved these two being out in the field. And it was really hot, like very humid, hot, like 90-degree weather that we have, very humid. And they were actually cold. And so we actually had to turn on a heat lamp, in 90-degree weather, and got them warmed up, got them fed and everything. The bigger, stronger one, which I'll show y'all here in a minute, he's actually doing fairly well now, and he's actually nursing off of Mack. The smaller one is gaining strength, but we're having to syringe feed him right now, and I think that probably by the time that y'all see this video, we'll have it figured out. But I'm going to reach out to some mentors and stuff today, because the syringe feeding, he wants to nurse. He's got a really good sucking reflex now, except that it's just really tedious work, because we want to make sure that he doesn't, get too much in him at one point, since we're syringe feeding him, so he doesn't aspirate and get like the pneumonia, to where it doesn't go down into the lungs versus into the stomach, because he's so small. And baby goats, whenever they don't have a really good reflex, or if you're trying to syringe feed them, or whatever, then it doesn't work out. But the Pritchard nipple would work for the bigger one, but it is actually too big for the smaller guy. So I have to kind of rethink all of this, and I'm going to reach out to some people today to figure it out. But so we're out here every couple of hours, and we don't have to be, they can have like 4 or 5 bottles, it's like a few ounces, per pound a day, or feeding. I forget what the chart says, what the recommendation is, but we're choosing to be out here, and so we're giving about, I think it's somewhere between 6 to 9 cc's at a time to this little guy. We're sitting in there, we're milking Mack, putting it into a syringe, and then syringe feeding this little guy. And in doing that, we're out here every 2 hours, very tedious, very time consuming, but it seems to be working. And so we're hoping that over the next several days that he can gain strength, and everything. And it's still raining here. We've had like 2 weeks of rain, which everything is soaked. The ground is soaked, everything's soaked, saturated, and it's not good, because the flies are out and everything. So drop in a comment like what y'all do in your barns for your for the flies, for fly control, because that's something that we're having an issue with, and we've tried several different products over the years. But so we're trying to syringe feed this little guy, get him strong, so over the next few days maybe he can start nursing off of Mack, and so that's the goal anyway. But yeah, so that's kind of what's been happening. And Kit Kat is in labor. So she is in labor, and as you can see, the flies, which we've got a fan going, oops, if I could coordinate my hands and the camera, but she's been locked up in here, but she is progressing, so it probably be within the next hour or two that she winds up having her kid or kids. I'm honestly thinking that it's gonna be a single, but she could surprise us. And then Marshmallow, you can see her over here, and her kid is with her. And he looks kind of blue right now, but there he is. He's a cutie. He is white and gold with blue eyes. And Marshmallow does not like the fact that I'm in here right now. And I don't know if y'all can hear that, but the rain is coming down outside. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, so that's pretty much what's been going on here. And so in the next video, it will be Kit Kat's birth. We'll catch y'all next time. Bye.